Episcopal Church. He's a longtime Episcopal priest with St. Elizabeth's in Honolulu. He's been a Hawaii resident since 1981 and has served the community as a VISTA volunteer, substance abuse counselor, and advocate for justice and compassion, Reverend Gerlach.
Thank you all for being here. If this is your first demonstration or your 100th, it's really important that we all be here today. We got too much game. All right. I must have superpowers. When Adolf Hitler invaded Austria, the first person to greet him was the Archbishop of Vienna. I'm here to talk on behalf of the church. And for too many years, our institutional church has stood at the side of tiny men with tiny hands and seceded to their power and their power grab. We today are in the midst of a historic crisis, and the church today needs to decide who it is going to follow. The purpose of religion is not that we muddle through this life in the hopes of getting a condo and playing golf on a cloud. The purpose of religion is to build a just society where everyone has enough and nobody has too much. This is the point of the Old Testament, from the prophets Amos, Jeremiah, Isaiah. It's the whole point of a society that looks out for the migrant, for the widow, for the orphan, for the marginalized, for the outcast. And every 50 years, all debt, it's supposed to be wiped out so everybody gets a clean slate. How about that for a public policy? It has always been the role of the prophets to speak truth to power, often at great personal cost. And today, something is growing in our country that is evil and malignant. It goes by the name of Christian nationalism. It is neither Christian nor patriotic. It is nothing more than an attempt to subjugate women and people of color to a select group of privileged white men. It is an abomination that needs to be called out from every pulpit in this land and condemned every single Sunday. The power of the Christian gospel is that it stands outside of every social system and on the side of a loving God who always has a preference for the poor. And today, we have an administration in Washington that despises the poor. An administration that despises the very people that God tells us to protect. This administration despises anyone who seeks to serve the community rather than control it. And it has chosen the satanic path of money, power, and fame. So today, we are here to say no to Christian nationalism and all it represents. And we are here to say yes to a restoration of American democracy, one that recognizes the historic oppression of African Americans and of our indigenous brothers and sisters and siblings. Oppressions that have not yet been sufficiently acknowledged, not only with apologies, but with reparations. We need to form a more perfect union that includes all of our people, because historically we have failed to do so. And this moment in our history is probably something that needed to happen. Too many of us lived lives of privilege and comfort, and we just let it happen. And that has to change. Can this present moment of crisis in our democracy wake enough of us up to really make fundamental change? I think it does. What do you think? Let's have a revolution of equity. Let's have a revolution that returns the world to facts and science and critical thinking. A world that recognizes that we may have different skin color or gender orientations or ethnicities or faiths, but we all bleed red. We are children of one Creator. Let's have courage to speak together, and let us never surrender to the abomination that is currently occupying our White House. God bless us all.